So, good morning. Last time I talked a little bit about the first of the four immeasurables. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. Talked a little bit about bias last time. And today I just wanted to talk a little bit about attachment. In the community, we've been kind of having discussions about attachment. It's so difficult to identify. So attachment is a mental factor, and it's exaggerating the qualities of something, any phenomena, and then grasping after it, clinging to it, craving it. And so I think it's so difficult to identify because when we're caught in it, we're anticipating some pleasure. And we don't want to be sidetracked from that pleasure. And so we don't, at least it's difficult for me to examine it in the moment. The best I can do is if I am attached to something and anticipating, and then I don't get it, then my body helps me recognize that that's attachment, because I can feel myself closing in. That's what it kind of feels like. And of course, my solid I, the self-centered attitude, is starting to grow big. And so it's like the energy collapses or contracts. And that's how I know when attachment is functioning. And so at that time, what I try to do is open back up. And sometimes I try to recognize and really pay attention to, oh, this is that self-grasping. This is when the I is so solid. And of course, the reason that I want to do that and that it's good to do that is because when we are attached to something, the outcome of it always is misery. It is not pleasure, it's always misery. And so I want to move myself away from that misery, of course. They say that attachment is really the glue that binds us to cyclic existence, to samsara. And so, and I think the reason why is because it's so difficult to identify in the moment. I think that takes a lot of years. Best that I can do, like I say, is kind of after the fact and the results of not getting what I'm attached to. I think too, it's subtle, but sometimes one can identify, like if there's going to be something like food or some activity or something happening, and I can start recognizing when the mind gets kind of, what was the word, zingy was the word used the other day, kind of too excited about it, or really, really starting to build the story about how it's going to be. And so oftentimes then that's another clue to kind of look at, you know, have I embellished, have I exaggerated what this actually is going to do for me? And then oftentimes, yeah. So then I try to move back and enjoy it in the moment, but not set up this construct that it's going to be the be-all, end-all for me, because it's not. That's not what happens. So just a few things to think about.